My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Okay, look, man. We got some serious fucking issues going on here in the city of Charlottesville. Before you go any further in this video, you need to stop this video. If you are under the age of 15, there is no need for you to watch this video. I don't know why this is happening. Anyway, so we got a big ass clusterfuck of adults behaving badly here. Now I ain't talking about the events that happen around the university and the lady going crazy. I'm talking about the racial tension that's going on in this city over a fucking statue and 2 fucking parks that were named after men who were devoted racists. Alright, you cannot change history. I'm sure that a lot of people who are not of color, who haven't had slavery, or know people who are colored, would love to change history. The fact of the matter is that we can't. If we could change history, the Native Americans would still be on top of the food chain here. We wouldn't be living on hunks of rocks that we call reservations. And all the things that have happened in the last 1,000 years here in America would have never happened in the first damn place. Which would be cool to some and not cool to others. Me being a product of multiculturalness, I don't have the right to be a racist. So I'm going to call it like I see it. There is racism in whites, blacks, and Asians, which are the 3 primary people in existence. So here's your history lesson. If you're Native American, you're an Asian. If you're Mexican, you're an Asian. You're mixed with white from Spain, which makes you Spanish. Alright? So let's get that straight. Cortez screwed you guys over, and that's why you're just a little bit different. For most Native Americans who assimilated through Russia, that makes you a little bit different. Now, whether you like it or not, Native Americans and Mexicans are Asian. Alright, that's established. Blacks are blacks, and initially, if you want the truth, we're all black because mankind originated in Africa. So let's cut the bullshit. There is 2 statues in 2 parks here in Charlottesville, Virginia, that over the last 2 years have caused the biggest clusterfuck of problems that you have ever seen. Racism was not that bad here until this young lady brought up this fucking statue, and then somebody opened up Hell's Gates, and all the divided racist people have popped out, and all the non-racial defenders have popped out, and have basically gone to war. Now, on the news, they just mentioned that somebody's going to have some kind of racist, anti-racist something or another rally sometime this month. So my question is, should we be afraid? Now, we've had a lawyer, Mr. Fogel, this guy, for lack of a better term, a white man who's fighting for black people's rights. Alright? Now, I didn't want to sound like I was a racist, but nah, I've said it, so there you go. Now we got that going on. And we got all these rallies going on. And Mr. Fogel just got arrested, by the way, for shoving a white man at Miller's or something. I don't really know the whole detail. You guys can go to charlottesville.com, do something, and find it on one of the news channels that's local. So, this guy's got my vote, period. Because he's standing up for people who aren't his people, who should probably all vote for him on June the 13th, excuse me. And he's got my vote, so he doesn't have anything to worry about that unless the good Lord take my life before then. Or some asshole that just thought that they were a bad motherfucker and decided, yeah, I'm going to end the life of this veteran just because I don't fucking like him. Okay, that's cool. Now, here we have always known, if you are of color, you have always known that it's an unspoken thing that Charlottesville has been racist. I have been a victim of racism more than most of my 44 years of life. Now, most people won't outwardly admit that they are a racist, and that's cool. I respect you. I respect you more if you outwardly admit you're a racist, because then I know that the knife is coming to my face and not to my back, because I'd rather have it straight to the face. Anyway, moving forward, the best way to stop racists is that we all sit the fuck down and discuss what makes us different besides skin tone, and what do we have in similar. None of us want to smell. We all like taking baths. Similarity. We all bleed red. Similarity. We all have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 2 testicles, or 2 boobs, 1 penis, and 1 vagina. Sperm is still the same color. White or off creamy yellow. I watch a lot of porn. Anyway, Those are similarities. We all have fingernails. We all have teeth. We all want to live a productive and better life. So why is skin color the factor that fucks us? Alright? There are a lot of brilliant white people. There are a lot of brilliant black people. There are a lot of brilliant Asian people. And you're going to tell me in all that brilliance between all of the races, none of y'all can sit together and just put color and race and creed to the side, and we want to fight over a fucking ceramic statue of a basic tyrant in America who is long since dead and gone. We got better things to look forward to than fighting over a fucking ceramic statue. And none of you guys are seeing this except for my 25 followers, which I thank very much. And this is probably not going to get reposted anywhere other than on this and my Facebook site when the internet stops fucking up at my house. But the problem is simple. We can sit and talk like civilized people. And when I said civilized, what I meant was civilized for those who speak Ebonic and those who don't. Civilized is basically ignorance of people of color who just chose not to go to fucking school and learn proper English. Civilized people who actually stayed in school, paid attention, and learned proper English. Now, if you don't want to be a smart person or if you want to stay ignorant, hey, I'm not judging you on that. That's your choice. If you choose to speak like an ignorant hick, hey, blacks and white people do that. You know, some Asians do that just to fit in. But, you know, the truth be honest and the truth be told is that if we all try to speak properly, we might actually understand each other just a little bit more. But that's too much like the right fucking thing to do, right? Because here in Virginia, and specifically in Charlottesville, Virginia, it is too much like the right thing to do the right damn thing. It's not that difficult. It's like, alright, my hair is a curly mess. I can always get a relaxer, but I have enough grease in here. And I have a hair comb and a brush. Does this make me look a little bit more presentable? Probably. Probably not. But come tomorrow morning, it's going to look just as messed up as it did a few seconds ago. Because some things are inevitable. But racism doesn't have to be. We get all excited over this little thing. And the truth be told, the only thing that's going to save us from racism is if there's a fucking alien invasion. Because then we're all going to learn, you know what? Maybe if we don't depend on each other, we won't survive this shit. Which is why Mass Effect is one of my favorite games. Which is why Star Trek and Star Wars are some of my favorite TV shows. You know why? Because there's no fucking racism in there. X-Men is one of my favorite comics. You know why? Because Xavier took you regardless of if you were handicapped, if you were black, Asian, white, gay, straight. Xavier accepted you for who you are. And we here in Virginia need to learn how to take an example from Professor Charles Xavier and accept people for who they are. Less judgment and more understanding. It's not that fucking difficult. But we make it that difficult because it's something this small that we've blown up to this big. And on a graphic and global scale, America is unfortunately one of the world's most racist countries next to Africa. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend anybody from Africa? Well, I'm only going to tell you what I was told by people of color from Trinidad and Jamaica. Africans don't like black people. Does that give me the right to judge them? No, it does not. Does that statement make true? No, it does not. Because I can point out I had at least 5 African friends that actually like me. Now, as for the 3 African people that I met that don't like me versus the 5 African people I met that do like me, I would go against saying that African people don't like black people until I'm actually in the mixed. Well, the good news is I'm never going to Africa. If I have anything to say about it, I'm never going to Africa. So we don't have any worries about that. But the thing about people in general is all people fear what they don't understand. Why don't we understand each other? Because that unspoken thing that we try to choose not to understand each other. And that's why we're in this clusterfuck that we have now. And it's global. It's not just Charlottesville, but it's pretty much right now mostly Charlottesville. We got terrorists blowing out innocent people at Ariana Grande concerts, and here in my city, we're fighting over a fucking piece of ceramic that doesn't do anything but stand there. Got a big white guy sitting on a horse. No, it's not like he has this gun drawn, and he can get down and start pointing at black people and picking us off. Then you have Jackson, Lee Jackson. He's just standing there in parade rest, really. And it's not like he even has a weapon on his statue. And he's right next to a courthouse with a cannonball. He's not going to jump off the damn mount, run over to the cannonball, load the cannon, and start shooting black people. This all got started by a young lady 2 years ago who was pissed off that she had to walk past a statue that she assumed was racist. And now there's a big old clusterfuck that's happening in my city because a young teenage girl had a raw hair up her ass and decided that, hey, I don't like this fucking statue. But this young teenage girl did not have a problem with this statue. Some adult that had a problem with the statue used the child as a weapon. And that's called bullshit. If you are an adult and you have to use a child as a weapon, you are not an adult. You are a piece of dog shit. Not cat shit, not cow shit, not horse shit, not bullshit, but dog shit. Why did I use a dog? Because, see, cats generally clean up their shit behind themselves. Dogs are intelligent, but not to the point where they know how to dig a hole and shit in it. Where cats will dig a hole and shit in it. Which is why I prefer cats. Squirrels and stuff like that, they shit close to home. You know, like, if they shit in the tree. You'd never fucking find it unless you accidentally pop the tree open or some shit. And they generally shit wherever they sleep. But, you know, you can go and talk to Jack Hanna on that, because I could be wrong. I am not an animal or an animalologist or whatever the hell you call those guys that study animals, zoology, whatever. I'm not one of them people. I'm a people who study people, and there is no real title for that. But I can tell you this. I'm not an archaeologist. I'm not a paleontologist. But I will tell you that in the next 2,500 years, if we're still around, hopefully we will be peaceful like there is in Mass Effect, instead of these dumbasses running around fighting over fucking statues. Of all things, fight over statues. How about fighting to feed the hungry people here in Charlottesville? How about fighting so vets can actually get jobs instead of going to apply for jobs? And how about fighting so that we can actually fill out paper instead of trying to figure out how to fucking work some online bullshit when we actually need a job? I'm ready to work. I'm not ready to go to a job fair and then have to come all the way the fuck back home to get on a computer and figure out what I need to do. How about fighting for the rights to save people's lives? How about putting out energy in your rallies into shit like fighting cancer or fighting obesity, fighting childhood bullying in school? Find a real cause. You want to stop racism? It starts right now. It starts by sitting your asses down and having a chat. It starts about, why did you guys elect a racist president? And if you're going to say he's not a racist, I will give you 2 racial examples of his ass being a racist. So, before you get mad at me and tell me that I'm full of shit, how do you become the president after your candidacy and you lie and say, oh, well, we don't have any claims to the Standing Rock people that are trying to put a pipeline through the Native American land? I don't have any claims to that. I don't have any claims to that. No, I'm not going to touch Standing Rock. When I become the president, Standing Rock's going to be fine. We're not going to fuck with Standing Rock. And the first motherfucking thing you do when you become president, oh, let's just stab the Native Americans in the back one more time. Red-headed, blue-eyed ginger, knife to the back. Good job. No, let's ban all Muslims from traveling out of this country into that country, or out of that country into this country, because they're Muslim. Don't matter what color they are, but they're fucking Muslim. And FYI, there are some white Muslims. There are also some Asian Muslims. Jakarta is full of Asian Muslims. Just like it's full of Asian Christians and Catholics. But yet, Muslims out of those Muslim countries are going to blow us all to hell. But the truth of the matter is, only radicalized Muslims use Muslims as an excuse to blow us up. Real Muslims don't want to hurt anybody. The Quran does not bring on evil to white people and black people and death to America and all that bullshit. Dumb people who look at people on the video screen and decide that they want to get a raw hair up their ass, like right up their ass, and decide, oh, I'm going to strap this bomb to me and I'm going to go right up into that airport and blow shit up. Those are the guys that you need to watch out for. I'm going to make a second part to this. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.